Hi viewers, welcome back to Knowledge Grasper Physics channel KGP. I hope you all are fine and healthy in this pandemic situation. Coming back to our topic, in previous videos we dealt with motion and its formulas and how they change when they are projected vertically upwards and when they are freely falling. Please watch them for better understanding. Today we are going to deal with acceleration due to gravity. Before dealing with acceleration due to gravity, we should know first what is gravitation. We all know the story of Sir Isaac Newton, how he discovered gravity. Sir Isaac Newton lived from 1642 to 1727. He was an English mathematician and physicist. We all know the story of Sir Isaac Newton, how he discovered gravity. He discovered gravity when he saw a falling apple while thinking about the forces of nature. The four fundamental forces in which gravity is also one. Newton called this force gravity and determined that gravitational force exists between all objects. Gravitation is attraction force between all objects. So, what is the origin of word gravity? Gravity is derived from Latin word gravitas meaning weight. So, what is definition of gravitation? Every object in universe attracts other object in universe. This is called universal law of gravitation or Newton law of gravitation. So let me give a simple example for gravitation. We all know that Earth orbits around the sun. Earth revolves around the sun. So the gravitation is the centripetal force. Sun attracts the earth towards it, but there is also centrifugal force, which is also the gravity. So earth is not collapsing into the sun. We will learn what is centripetal force and what is centrifugal force soon in this video. Next, gravitons carry gravitational force. Gravitons are small massless body which carry gravitational force, similar to photons which carry electromagnetic waves or light. So next, what is gravity? The force with which Earth pulls objects towards it. It is called gravity. Have you ever wondered when you project something vertically upwards, or even when if you jump, why will you come back to the ground? It is because of gravity. Earth attracts objects towards it. So here is a question. Is gravitation and gravity the same? Well, gravitation is attraction force between two bodies in universe, while gravity is special case in gravitation in which Earth pulls objects towards it. So, what is acceleration due to gravity? We know what is acceleration. Acceleration produced by a freely falling body due to gravity of Earth. It is called acceleration due to gravity. So, this acceleration is produced due to gravity on a freely falling body. So, we know what is gravitation. It is the attraction force between two bodies in universe. This diagram is example. Here the two bodies are there. The two masses. there is attraction force between them. The force of gravitation, the distance between them is S. So, gravitational force is proportional to two masses. How much mass it has, that much gravitational force it emits. But gravitational force is inversely proportional to the distance between them. As distance increases, then gravitational force effect decreases. So we can write as F is proportional to two masses, F is inversely proportional to radius square. So I am giving you a note. When proportionality is removed and equal is placed in place of proportionality, one constant is added. So the formula will be gravitational force equal to universal gravitational constant into two masses by radius square. So with the formula F equal to gmm by r square, we can also derive g equal to fr square by mm. So we can determine the units of universal gravitational constants, which is Newton meter square per kg square, because g is fr square by mm. So coming back to our first formula, F equal to gmm by r square. Here gravitational force is product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. So formula of acceleration due to gravity can be gm by r square. There are cases how acceleration due to gravity will change. So here is case 1 at equator and at poles. We know that gravity is inversely proportional to distance. So as equator is larger than poles, we have more acceleration due to gravity at poles. So with the formula g equal to gm by r square, we can say that acceleration due to gravity at equator ge will be gm by r square at equator, r square e. So acceleration due to gravity at poles will be gm by r square at poles. So if we divide acceleration due to gravity at poles by acceleration at gravity at equator, we will get answer radius square at equator by radius square at poles. So as distance at equator is more than poles, acceleration due to gravity will be more on poles than equator, as gravity is inversely proportional to distance. Now let's discuss about case 2, acceleration due to gravity at altitude. Here altitude means height. Now we know the formula g equal to gm by r square. So we can consider acceleration due to gravity at height, gh equal to gm by r plus h whole square at height. So if we divide gh by g, we will get gm by r plus h whole square by gm by r square. So we will get the final answer as gh equal to g into r by r plus h whole square. Take a minute to look at this derivation. So the final conclusion can be acceleration due to gravity will decrease at altitude or height. and acceleration due to gravity will be 0 at center. As I mentioned earlier in this video, now I am going to explain about centripetal force and centrifugal force. So, what is centripetal force? Force which distracts a body from moving in its path and make it to move in a circular motion and attracts it towards the center of the circle is called centripetal force. Now, the force the sun emits to make it revolve around it, it is the centripetal force. Sun attracts it towards the center of the sun. So, why is it not falling into the sun? The answer is centrifugal force. Let's take a real life example for centripetal force which we experience in our daily life. When you jump, you come back to the ground. It is because of centripetal force. In this case, it is gravitational force which is emitted by the earth. Rather than solar system, there are also few real life examples. There are many real life examples for centripetal force. Let me say few of them. For example, washing machine, roller coaster, shot put, hammer thrown. There is also a subatomic example, that is electrons revolving around the nucleus. Centripetal force is everywhere, from the large solar system towards the smallest particle, an atom. So, next, what is centrifugal force? Force which distracts an object from moving in its original path and push it away from the center of the circle. It is called centrifugal force. So, centripetal force is towards the center of circle. Centrifugal force is away from the center of the circle. So, this circle is the example. If you zoom in, you can see clearly the centrifugal force is pointing outwards from the center, while centripetal force is pointing towards the center. So, centripetal force is towards the center of circle, centrifugal force is away from the center of the circle. So, I said that why it is not collapsing into the sun? It is because of the centrifugal force which is emitted, because moon is causing centripetal force and attracting it towards it. So, centrifugal force is caused on earth, on sun. So, it is not collapsing into the sun. Few real life examples for centrifugal force are hammer thrown. Another real life example for centrifugal force are, imagine when you are moving in a vehicle, and if vehicle bends one side, you will be tilted to its opposite side because of centrifugal force. Now I am going to show slides about which I explained today. That's all for today, viewers. Next video will be on time period and frequency. Thanks for watching and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos like this. Please comment on the video. If you like the video, click the like button. Thank you. Stay safe. Have a great day.